Welcome to the book of Shoftim, Perek Chavbet, chapter 22, where we continue to learn about the journeys of David as a fugitive, and he's running away. We've seen the story where David goes to Nov, the city of the Kohanim. We've seen him then go to the city of Gat, where Achish, the king of Gat, doesn't do anything to him, but then he also sends him away. And now we see David running away to a place called Me'arat Adulam, the cave of Adulam. And in this cave, David hides, and all kinds of people gather to him. He becomes the head of a kind of rogue militia, where 400 different people who just were misfits, didn't fit anywhere, were looking for a place, they all join him. So you can imagine it's kind of a dangerous situation where they are with this militia hiding in a cave, and then they go around and they do their own thing. It says that Kol Ishmar Nefesh, some people who were been through some difficult stuff, came to him. Now, if you're David, you have to realize that not only are you in danger, but also your parents are in danger because Shaul might do something to them. Who is David's great-grandmother? Ruth. And so David figures out he's going to go reach out to his mishpacha from the other side, and he goes to the king of Moab. And he's like, listen, I need you to take care of my parents until I see what's going on. And indeed, the king of Moab takes care of David's parents. They take care of them while David is with his militia. Meanwhile, Gad Hanavi, Gad the prophet, comes to David. He says, no, don't hide in this cave or in a fortress. Go to the land of Yehuda, and that's where I want you to be. And indeed, David does that. He hides in Yehuda in a place called Ya'ar Cheret, in the forest of Cheret. And guess what? Shaul hears that David is coming close to him. He's not very fearful. He's not hiding among the Plishtim. And Shaul is livid. He's furious. He looks around him at all of his servants, all of his people, and he's like, you guys are betraying me. How is it possible that my arch enemy is making a fool out of me? He's with a militia of 400 people out in the open in the forest. People can see him. He's here in Yehuda. He's not beyond any kind of border. And I think you guys are betraying me, Shaul tells his people. And I know why you guys are going to betray me. You guys are betraying me. It must be David has promised you fields and properties. And you know that after he'll become king, you're all going to be very, very much rewarded. And none of you are telling me, and you're not loyal to me. And he carries on and on and on, accusing them of being disloyal to him. And so they get defensive. And one of them, I warned you about this guy, Doega Adomi, says, oh, actually, I saw David, and he came to Nov, the city of the Kohanim, and he conversed with Achimelech ben Achituv. Not only did he go there, but Achimelech gave him food, weapons, the sword of Goliath Plishti, and he helped him. Now, this was a very bad idea to share such information with Shaul, and so Shaul summons Achimelech, and he says, okay, come to me. Achimelech doesn't know he's done anything bad. So he comes to Shaul and he's like, why are you, Achimelech, choosing to have a coup against me together with David? Now, honestly, Achimelech had no idea. Achimelech thought that David was Shaul's son-in-law, which is true. That David is a general in Shaul's army, which was true. And so when David came to him, he helped him because he thought he was part of Shaul's clan. It's not because he was trying to rebel against Shaul, but Shaul is so obsessed with hating David HaMelech that he's like, are you kidding me? This is not even possible. And so Shaul gets so angry at Achimelech, and Achimelech is like defending himself. He's like, what are you talking about? I didn't do it to rebel against you. I did it because I love you and appreciate you, and I'm here to help your son-in-law. But Shaul will hear none of it, and he says, I'm sorry, Achimelech, but you get a death penalty for helping my enemy David. Now remember, Achimelech is the Kohen Gadol. To kill him is a very, very horrible thing. To kill anyone is a horrible thing. Shaul turns to all the people around him and he says, please kill him. Now, here's the story. He says to do that, but no one agrees to do that because Achimelech is the Kohen Gadol. No one has the audacity to do something like that, to target the Kohen Gadol. And so he turns around to Doeg, who snitched, and he says, Doeg, I want you to do it, and I want you to carry this punishment out against against Achimelech the Kohen and against 85 Kohanim that are with him. 85 Kohanim with him, and Doeg, the snitch, has to actually comply with that, and he does that horrible, horrible sin, taking the lives of Achimelech and 85 Kohanim, and then Nov, the city of the Kohanim, where the Mishkan's at, is completely destroyed, and the only person that's able to escape is one son of Achimelech the Kohen Gadol, whose name is Evyatar, and he runs to David. Now, he runs to David, and he says, "Oh my goodness, I am so sorry to hear this, and I knew that Doeg would be the snitch. I am so sorry, and I will protect you." Now, it's important to note that Shaul carries out this horrifically cruel attack against Achimelech the Kohen Gadol, 85 Kohanim, he decimates, and then the entire city of Nov completely, it says, animals, everything is all decimated. And it's important to remember, the rabbis say, that when it came to destroying Amalek, in that case, Shaul did not do it. He had mercy for Agag and the animals. The rabbis say, we see from here that someone who's too compassionate to those to the cruel, meaning to Amalek, he ends up being cruel to the compassionate, to the city of Kohanim. They say, Kol hamerachem al achazarim, whoever has mercy for those who you shouldn't have, sofo sheitachzer l'rachmanim, is going to be cruel to those who are merciful and compassionate. So what did we have here in Perek Chaf Bet? What did we have in this chapter? We had David running to the cave of Adullam, a militia of 400 people joining him, David worrying for his parents and taking them to his cousins in Moab, and then God telling David not to hide away but to come to Ya'ar Cheret, which is Yehuda close. Shaul hears about David being like in his face in Yehuda. He turns to everyone around him and he's like, you guys are all betraying me. And Doeg snitches. Achimelech is summoned. Doeg snitches and says Achimelech hid David and gave him a sword of Goliath. And Achimelech is summoned, and he's like, what do you mean? I thought I was helping you, Shaul, but that doesn't help. Shaul tells someone to take out Achimelech, but no one agrees because he's the Kohen Gadol, until finally Shaul turns to Doeg Edomi, tells him to take out Achimelech and 85 Kohanim, and then eventually they take out the entire city of Nov, the city of Kohanim, and the only person to escape is Evyatar, the son of Achimelech. He comes to David, and that is Perek Chaf Bet. Thank you for listening.